Okay, ready, go. What's the front of you? Go. The backswing stops about here. And the right elbow is quite far behind.
Yeah, it's like,
You have an elbow problem.
yeah, but I need to, if I go here, probably,
So-
it's a supinate,
Maybe a certain
I have no supination.
naturally you have to drop it a little bit.
That would increase your backswing.
So from here, opening the body and pulling it down before the rubber is kind of ready to go. So it's very under the swing. Now the rounding of you. So about here. You see, now this backswing is a bit bigger than that we analyzed.
I might have, so, trying to work on that a little bit.
Now it's more horizontal, right? And then with that, if this is swing plane here, then the other moves away from the swing before.
Okay.
So, but we can fix this easily. As long as you apply it.
Okay, I'm 100% compliant.
And all the way down. Oh. You'll see that the hands will go away and then bring this in.
So they go.
Okay. So since we looked at the data, so we now know what is what you're doing. Okay, let's spend some time with the rope. What you have to keep in mind is that the goal is to move the end of the rope around your body nicely. Okay? Instead of you try to go to certain body positions. You have to feel the motion of the end of the rope, then let it go around your body nicely. Like this.
Okay. Both hands?
Let's stay on the mat. The swing back and forth nicely. Pay attention to the motion of the end of the rope. The backswing is too slow.
My back, too slow.
If it's too slow, then the gravity will pull the rope down. It's hard to control. So you have to let it go just enough so that it just goes around your back. And then increase the speed a bit more in the backswing. And yeah, so that the rope, the end of the rope goes here.
Okay.
Instead of just hitting here, goes here. Okay. The key extra shoulder turn. And then pay attention to the motion of the end of the rope. So the rope, end of the rope goes around your body and then it comes up in one way. Make the backswing motion a bit faster, so then make sure you have the rope going about here, and also have a bit more time here. And that's not the downswing.
Okay.
So instead of slowing down, instead of slowing down the rope here quite a bit, then it'll just drop on your body, right? And if it's still alive, it's active, then you go around your body.
Okay, so
Keep it alive all the way. Keep it alive all the way.
keep my arms, my body, my arms moving.
Yeah, so he would turn here with that, let the end come here. And as you swing back and forth, try to have a little bit of up and down motion. Feel the up and down rhythm. Yeah. Swing, swing. Yes. Now it's a lot better.
That was better. It was finally started getting underneath.
Yeah. And then, so what happens is, when you have this body motion, slight up and down motion, the overall rhythm is basically dictated by that. You cannot rush. So the leg is pushing here, and then the legs is pushing here. In between, you have time. You cannot rush it. Only when you don't have this robot with then you can do this.
Yes.
So try to use your legs and have a little up and down feel. Yeah. Then the rhythm will automatically set. Left, right, left, right. Use the legs actively, and then dance. In the backswing, use the right leg actively. And then try to have a dance, dance, dance. Have the feel of dancing. Yes, yes. Yeah, the motion is now a lot, a lot more consistent. Now, this is very good. So you started working with the rope.
Yes.
Now the rope is a part of your body, and you really, control the
So
rope.
it's like,
Yeah, this is good. So I will record this, and you will be impressed by your motion. So swing back and forth. Ready, go. Swing, swing. All you need to worry about is good hand motion here. By using the body motion, try to move the rope nicely around the body. Yes, yes. Dance, dance. In the backswing, a bit faster. A bit more active in the backswing. All right. Look at this. This is impressive. Go. Swing. Swing. All you need to worry about is the good end motion here. By using the body motion, try to move the rope nicely around your body. Yes, yes. Dance, dance. In the backswing, a bit faster. A bit more active in the backswing. All right.
yeah, the hand pass so much better.
Yes. And also you're not rushing this.
Ah,
You can have a little bit more time as
I'm
well.
just using,
Yeah. So when you have the rhythm coming from the leg action, there's no way to rush. But when you don't have this fundamental rhythm, then you try to put it down. Yeah. Yes. That's the key. Now let me record from here.
yeah, I got it, we're going underneath.
So ready, go. Have a bit faster backswing. Dance, dance, dance. Yes. Oh, the rhythm is a lot better. Yes. So the only thing here is, let me show you this. Go. Have a bit faster backswing. Dance, dance, dance. Yes. Oh, the rhythm is a lot better. Yes. So let's see if you are starting the downswing before the rope is completely settled. In the back here. The rope is falling onto your body and you are coming down here. So still we can have a bit more time here.
So it's like fast and then slow with transition.
So in the backswing, all you need to worry about is a good wind up. This is the purpose of it. Don't worry about coming down. Okay? You finish this backswing here, then the rope will come here, then start the bounce. Instead of
Okay, so let it, I'm here,
so yeah,
let the rope go around
Yeah.
before I start.
intention try to add extra shoulders at the end so that you don't rush down.
Okay,
You don't turn the shoulder before this is completely finished.
okay,
So perhaps in your imaging, try to add extra shoulder turn at the end of the backswing. Yes, that way the rope will go around your back nicely. And then finish the backswing motion here, and then stop going down. Faster backswing, could be faster backswing. So here, that extra wind up is coming from this speed here. If you make this motion active here, automatically you have to go turn it.
Okay.
Instead of trying to manipulate with the arms here, with the turn. So you have to use the right leg for active for that. Yeah. And then also, so as you initially shoot slightly, then you're recentering. Okay, so you shoot away and then recentering. While you're recentering, still your shoulder is turning this way here. Okay, so
Yes.
he and like this. So that means you have extra shoulder at the end while you're recentering.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, yes. So then naturally you will have more time up there. Instead of quickly brushing down.
All right. I got that.
So for that you need to have active backswing, just enough motion. And then using that you have to do wind up and also introduce the recent. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So timing wise, you can have more time for that because you allow the body reset. That means now your left leg is ready. So in the downswing, you can use the left leg for it. So this is a big departure from your initial swing
Oh, it's fine.
because you were rushing so much, you don't really have time to position in such a way that you can use the left leg more, right? But now, with the extra shoulder turn, while shoulder still turning this way, you're introducing slight recentering motion, then you cannot rush. If at the end of the backswing, if you try to recenter and then add the more extra turn, you cannot rush.
Okay.
And also, all the way down, at the beginning of the bouncing, the image of using these muscles here, okay?
Instead of small arms.
Using these muscles and try to turn the whole upper body complex by using these muscles.
Using the abs.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. After good turn, after good wind up, and again using these muscles, try to throw. Good wind up, and then using the body, throw. Yes, now let me record. Keep going. Make the backswing faster. More active backswing, swing. Make it even faster, a lot faster. Yep. Active backswing all the way. Faster, backswing, faster. Yep. Oh, good. Now. Swing. Make it even faster, a lot faster. Yep. Active backswing all the way. Faster, backswing, faster. Yep. Oh. You can go faster in the backswing. Now, see, at the end of the backswing, you wait until the rope comes down again and then start the bouncing. Let's go to the tendencies. You see a tendency of pulling.
I didn't let him fall.
So when you recenter and then start bouncing with these muscles, then you don't have to engage the arms. But there's a certain difference. So again, the image is using these big muscles, you are turning the whole upper body complex. And then let the arms go.
So flat.
Now, try to have really fast action. That doesn't mean you're in a steady motion, but still you're turning the body actively.
So this part, faster.
Turning the body faster, and then make the rope move faster. And then with that, wind up and then throw. Wind up and throw. So, let it go. Let it go. Yeah. So keep good wind up. So if you wanna increase the effort, that's kind of action. More active action. When you have active action, you use the body properly, the the downswing will be automatically active. So instead of putting a lot of effort in the downswing, try to prepare more active backswing.
More active.
Again. Yes. Go. Ooh. Wind up. Let it go. Wind up. Faster, faster, faster. The initial 2 or 3 was really good. Now you're slowing down. Faster, faster. Yes. Look at this.
It got better.
It's because you make the backswing faster. In order to make the faster motion, instead of using steady motion, you're using the body activity here. So that's why naturally you have more wind up. And then downswing, when you go to downswing, you have good transition sequence. It doesn't have to be something you intentionally create. You just good motion here and then let it go. Or maybe you have good central to peripheral transition sequence. Again, that was really good. So you have active backswing. Okay, one more.
Get you up here.
I'm gonna buy you a book.
No, that's his.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's his. Okay, so in order to have active backswing, you have to use your right leg actively. Yes. Yes, yes. That action will give this turn, right? Yes. Okay, so active backswing, go. Fast backswing and the good. Wind up, let it go. 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 Yes. So that way, we have large enough backswing that you'll never rush. Because this action is coming from the right leg in. While you're pushing here, you cannot put it down. There's no way to do it. Push and wait here and then going to downswing, right? Fast backswing and the good. Wind up, let it go. 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 Yes. Now I can see you leg action.
Yes,
Look at that.
that's so much better. You see.
Essentially, you have a body-driven rhythm there, right? So this is good. So one similarity between the rope and orange wing is it's a bit flexible. So you can feel whether you are forcing the club or you are waiting until the action is completed. So as you go here, yeah, at the top here, you should be able to see his head on the left side, using your peripheral vision here. Also minimize the bending here.
Oh, you got the arms bending?
Not this way.
Okay.
So when the head is going this way, let it go.
Because if I pull back, it will increase the shaft.
When the head wants to go this way, then you try to force it that way, then it will give you a lot of bending. So just the minimum bending, just from deceleration. You have deceleration because you have a little bit of bending. It's inevitable. That's all you need. Okay? So try to minimize the bending as much as possible.
I've never done this.
The swing back and forth as if you are swinging the rope. Now, it's too long. So it's important in the middle of the grip here. So, about here and over here. Going into over there. Yeah. And then, now as you swing back and forth, again, just image that you're swinging the rope. Okay. The good active backswing, the leg go all the way here. Do not try to stop. Also minimize the bending.
Continuous?
Continuous. So all the way down, you don't have to swing hard because you will get tired quickly.
It just,
So just let it go and then just ride the rhythm, play with the rhythm here instead of trying to swing hard.
the fast turn, that active backswing fast.
Swing back and forth. Oh, backswing is slow, backswing is slow. No, you're stopping here.
Yeah, this is hard.
So you've never used this before.
No.
Same of the next. So here, when you have faster motion, then let it go all the way. Again, you're adding extra shoulder bend here. So let it go all the way. So instead of trying to hold it somewhere here, let it go as much as possible.
Lift arms.
So this way. So both sides with this. So swing, let it go all the way, and let it go all the way, and then let it go all the way, and then let it go. Don't fight, just play with it. You have to work with the orienter. You do really well with the rope, so essentially it's just the extension of the rope swing. Go more in the backswing. So feel the motion of the whip and let it go all the way. Yes. Getting adjusted. Yep. Backswing can be a bit faster so that let go all the way. So bring the hands a bit higher in the backswing so that the head can fall a bit more.
Okay, I get it.
And then in doing that, just add the supination motion of the right arm here. So as you go here, then if you add the supination, then you will drop this way,
Okay.
behind your back, right? Behind your back. So add this motion here, and then you will drop behind your back, large enough motion. I can see the head from this.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
This here, then this here. So if you can let the whip go more, large enough, then when you use the club, you will be able to let it go. So we are transitioning from completely flexible device here, and then less flexible device, and then a lot more rigid device. Step by step. Let the end of the whip go all the way, do not fight, then go all the way. Yes. Faster backswing. Swing, faster backswing. Oh, stop it. Yeah, so one thing, we have a faster motion, and then up here, no rush. Let it go on. So in other words, as you swing,
That transition's still up, so.
as you swing, it's not about your body posture here, but rather where you want to bring the head of the whip. Your focus should be on the head of the whip, and then here, coming down, here, and then coming down. Motion of the whip, motion of the end of the rope, and then, yes.
That's okay?
Image the motion of the end of the whip. Drop it a little bit. But here's one thing. Don't be afraid of making large steps.
Okay.
As long as it stays close to, reasonably close to the swing plane. Or both the hands and the end of the whip will stay away from the swing plane, but if it's similar degree, then going further down is okay, because you just reverse the direction of the leg go. But if the head goes more this way,
If the head goes, like,
Yeah.
moving across the line.
yeah, you have to compensate.
Okay.
So just keep going this way, and making big motion shouldn't be a problem. So your legs release a little bit, then go up and then drop the club head as much as possible. Swing. Yes, use the momentum of the back swing and then. Yes. So now, what's the difference from your initial swing is, you will have more
Fast.
time. You will have more time.
It's fast,
And then more time.
slow.
And then so you are not
Six,
rushing. So we can use the left leg there.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay, so let me record this. Again, pay attention to the motion of the end of the whip. Okay, that's what's important. Then go all the way, ready, go. That's the back swing, and then let go. Feel the motion of the end of the whip. Swing, Swing, feel the rhythm, swing, swing, swing. Still, I think you can go more, but
This way?
this is so much foreign to you because your swing, you always had it's short backswing. And then increasing this much is already very different from the usual swing.
Yeah, I feel like,
So you can go more.
Oh, faster backswing and then let it go. Feel the motion of the end of the whip. Swing, swing. Feel the rhythm. Swing, swing, swing.
Now you're not fighting much.
now,
Wait until
I can turn, I can still turn quicker.
quicker. So actually, quicker motion will actually bring the whip more.
Yeah.
Because more. Yeah. So let's try this. If faster backswing to the level you feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay, and then recenter, let it
Yeah,
go.
yeah. So just to trust yourself and then let go all the way and see how far you can.
I'll try not to laugh.
No, for me,
Faster backswing, let it go. 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 Yeah. Good. So that's the idea. But this is heavy, so you can quickly get tired. Again, swing the club back and forth, but in your image you are swinging a rope. So that means go up here and wait until the rope wraps around your back.
And up here. Fast.
And then your goal here is with the faster motion there, and then you should be able to see the curve head on the left side. With the curve.
You ever see this one?
That far. If you don't go that far, then you are not going to graduate today. You have to swing, for whole night and then tomorrow morning. So if you wanna get out of here, then you have to make the backswing large enough.
I'm gonna do my best.
So again,
Continuous?
you're swinging a rope, okay? Have the image of swinging a rope. Oh, yeah, both ways, ease your wrist a little bit. So what should happen is, in the backswing again, use the supination motion here. Introduce the supination here, and also on this side, swing and then pronation for supination of the left side. So for here, come down, go this way. Instead of going here and then try to bring it back in. Let it go, let the head go, and then bring it back, let the head go, let the head go, then let the head go. You have to use the wrist motion.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, so that,
I'm,
for the this pronation supination is really important.
despite that freaking snap move, I do it.
So this side, even on the left side here, you just see, so that, let the curve go all the way. Still, your wrist is a bit too rigid. Turn more, turn more, and then, so whether your wrist is rigid or not is determined at the end there. If you let go all the way and then finish this motion and then start the opposite motion versus the intention is try to put it down. Both ways,
Both ways, and let it go.
Is a tradition, this tradition, whatever the direction change is the tradition.
So on both sides.
Yeah, and the tradition, let go all the way and finish this motion. So here, your hands does not have to go that far up here. About here, then let the head go here. Finish this motion, and then start this, and then let it go here, and then let it go here, let it go here. So you have to use your wrist here. If the wrist is too rigid, then what happens is you try to use the muscles here. Then the uncoupling starts early, so you have early release. So in order to use the delayed release, this motion is necessary. But in your imaging, you have a sticker on the head here. I'm going to shake it off.
Okay. Flip off.
swing, yes,
Flick off.
yes. With this motion, you are shaking off the,
Full backswings,
yeah.
both sides?
This side, it doesn't have to be that big.
It just,
Swing, but your full swing and then finish this motion, keep more time here, and then start the backswing. No rush both ways, okay?
okay.
And the transition, you have to have enough time. In the backswing, you have to go all the way, all the way. Here, again. In terms of imaging, your goal is to move the club head as much as possible here.
Let it go.
And then let it go here, let it go here, let it go here. Don't fight. In terms of the head motion, don't fight. Let it go all the way, let it go all the way.
Even if I bend, it's okay. Just let it go.
Because your focus is on the motion of the head.
Okay.
Let it go all the way here, all the way here. Next you should go all the way, one way. When you swing, the image of throwing the club outward instead of pulling it back. So throw out all the way here, and swing, throw out all the way here, swing, throw out. Throw out, out, instead of pulling down, pushing down.
This way.
Okay. As you throw, you can flip this supination. Let it go here. On this side, let it go supination. Okay. Throw out instead of pulling inward. Okay? That way, naturally, you can add this. Yeah. And at the end, you have nice slow down here. But still, you should be able to see the club head.
Oh, my left shoulder.
That deep. Larger direction, larger direction. That's the direction. That's the direction. Let the club go all the way down. Let go. Swing. Sit. It's not big enough. You have to hold it. So again, imagine you have a canvas around your body here. This is a brush. You are drawing a line here along the canvas all the way to this position here. And then draw back and then all the way to this position here. You're just throwing the club around your body. Throwing the club around your body instead of trying to manipulate with the arms. Throw around your body. Throw around your body. So you can have lateral wrist motion like this. All the way, swing, swing, instead of try to hold it. Let the club go all the way.
All good tricks. Here we go, man.
So easy, go easy with your wrist a little bit. You have to really feel the motion of the club head. Feel the motion of the club head. Okay. So as you swing back and forth, let's do this. So your intention is to put more effort in the backswing. And then go easy here. And then
Yeah,
go
I'm
easy.
just opposite.
Go easy. Let's do this.
I'm putting a lot more effort.
Naturally that happens, but the intention is you swing back and forth. And then go easy here. Go easy here.
Okay.
And then at the last one, you go with the swing.
I can do that with a rope.
Yes. So then that means you can do it the same way with the club. So the intention is try to put more effort in the backswing and then go easy with the downswing. And you repeat this one. No. You put the lot of effort in the downswing. So here. So you should be able to control all these. So here. Come back. Come back. Come back. Okay. Instead of putting effort here, intentionally put effort in the backswing. Because when you have a good wind up in the backswing, automatically you will have a good downswing.
So fast pause, and just
Come
relax.
down, yeah. So first the active motion and then drop it, active motion and drop it.
You need to make the noise like Dr. Bond does.
Yeah,
I'm still doing fast forward.
so because you're always going here and trying to swing hard this way here. But we are intentionally trying to override it. So we are intentionally trying to have active backswing. So you go, come down, come down.
Make the noise.
She knows, my wife knows,
She knows much better than me.
no. You try to stop here and then try to effort again. So again, you intentionally, with the active backswing, let go all the way. Come down. Come down. Come down. Don't worry about the downswing. At the end, you can swing hard in the downswing. So as you repeat this motion, we intentionally try to emphasize the backswing, active backswing.
I'm thinking about it.
So I'll give you the sound here. So I will stay here. And then my tone reflects the level of effort here.
Okay.
So,
You ready?
yeah. Ooh, come down. Ooh, come down. Come down. Come down. Yeah. In the backswing, the reason why you cannot put that active is because if you just try to turn here, it's hard. You have to have a little shift motion. Shift will allow you to use the right leg more actively. Because you cannot use this right leg that way in the backswing. That's why you always try to go faster on this side. Yes, shift in the shift in the She's smiling. Again, you're trying to put effort here and then try to swing with the arms here. Yeah. Come down. Come down. Come down. Coming down, you just relax and come down. Just to maintain the rhythm here. So, come down. Come down. So this is your homework. And when she says you passed, then I'll test you.
You got part of me here. No, I'm just.
Yes. Now it's better.
That was a little better.
Now it's better.
What?
She started
That
now.
was a little better. That was hard to do.
But you stopped here.
Yeah.
So you stopped here and then tried to.
I didn't feel near as much force
So here,
coming down.
with the active motion, go all the way. You have to go all the way. Let's just stop here. Right. You should be able to see the curve head down here. On the mat. Otherwise, you will be out of the camera view.
That's okay. You want me to do it like that?
Yeah, that's okay. But you have to, so by using this motion here, then active side. So at the top, you are almost stopping here. Instead, coming down, coming down.
Continuous.
It continues. So as if you are hitting the ball to the right. So the thing is here, in order to control your body motion well, you should be able to control all these here. So let's say I'm putting more effort in the downswing or in the backswing or both. So here, so backswing here, or
Yeah.
or both.
Do you play that in your head to control your rhythm? Some types of, like,
So when I make when I make these grunts,
uh-huh.
that is actually coming from my leg actions.
So in your brain, you're doing that to control your body movement. Okay,
And the leg action reflects my grunts.
okay.
So if you want to emphasize the backswing, then you have to use the right leg actively. And if you want to put the emphasis on the downswing, left leg. If you want to both, emphasis on both, you have to use the legs both ways actively. So imagine if you want to hit something really hard, then you hit like this. You don't do
No.
rather build the tension. The same thing. Let it go. Let it go. So you have to connect the backswing to downswing. So this is a bit hard for those who are using the arms quite a bit in this sport, because this is very different pattern. You have to activate your right leg to the backswing and the head active backswing. Your goal is to keep enough wind up, just a good wind up. Come down, good wind up, come down, wind up, come down. In doing that, feel the motion of the club head. Okay, so this is your homework. What is the city you are living?
Horseshoe Bay.
Horseshoe Bay. What is it?
It's just out west of Austin, about 30 miles.
Oh, about 4 hours?
Yeah, yes, sir.
It's not that far away.
No.
This is your homework. Go home and then practice this a lot. So when she approves it, then send it to video.
Okay.
Capture the swing and then send it to video. Then I'll give you some feedback. But
And you want me to fast and slow. And when I go fast,
because you can always put a lot of effort in the downswing. Your natural tendency is.
yes.
So in order to stay away from that rhythm, we intentionally emphasize the backswing coming down.
But I have to use, in order
Right
for
leg.
that right side leg.
Okay. So here, push and then turn. The leg push will give you this turn. Again, you should be able to control your motion. That means it's all a matter of your intention. If your intention is to emphasize the backswing hand, you should be able to do this come back, do this come back. And then when you emphasize the downswing after the backswing, then by connecting the motion. So in order to have a good connection here, first you should be able to make active backswing. Come back, come back, use the legs, and then so you have to have the action all the way here instead of stopping here. Here. So here. So as you swing actively using the leg, and then introduce the recentering motion slightly, and then go over here. So, and then come down, come down, come down, come down. So that action, this action will give you fast active rotation. At the same time, toward the end, you have this recentering motion.
Yeah, because I go,
And just try to come down. So, with the recentering and coming down. Yeah. That's what you need, what should happen in the backswing here.
Yeah.
So, and the recenter, finish, it, come down. Recenter, finish, it, come down.
I've been doing faster one back.
So when you start the downswing, go up, and then you are moving backward and then turn. Yeah, you are starting the downswing motion with the leg toward the top, and then let it go. Yeah, but with this backswing motion, you have to let the head go forward. Okay, so you have two things you need to
Let the, what, the move that?
club head go.
Okay, club head.
You have two things. One, increase the backswing size with the club, so that you could see the club head.
If this goes like this, that's fine. Just, okay.
Yeah. That's one thing. And with that, you should be able to put emphasis on the backswing. And come down, come down, all the way, and then come down, all the way, come down. So these two things you have to practice. So,
Almost like that.
so here, instead of introducing the shift motion too early, you should have first stand on the right side, and then at the end you're going backward.
Okay.
You have to support your body with the right leg. Stand on the right side.
Here. Fall.
You really have to push the ground with the leg action here. Push the ground.
Like that?
Yeah. So push and then shift backward.
Oh.
So
That's a big change right there.
yeah, the thing is that you cannot put much effort in back because still you're using the right leg is not good enough.
Here.
You're stopping the leg action here, then just try to move the body up here. Instead, the whole thing is coming from the leg action.
Ah, okay. So this is continuous, it's like,
Yes,
it's
yes.
like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't stop.
And then intentionally try to do this. So everything has to come from the leg. Push up and then back.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And then this motion doesn't have to be that much. It's called the recentering. So shift away and just come back to where you started, not more than that. So, and then just come back here. And come back here. So you don't have to go this much.
Okay, I'll never exaggerate.
When I intentionally exaggerate, then I kind of do this, but you don't need to do this. So just
That's why we stop it short on the swing, because I never go.
yeah, with that motion, automatically you will
Yeah.
add an extra shoulder turn there with that, you will go.
So you just open up your chest and it points.
So here, the leg action, push down first and then out, and this one.
Like that.
Yes, yes. So this even, this recenter motion is coming from the right leg action.
Yeah, I'm pushing.
So again here, so, and come back, come back, push, come back, push, come back. So keep that good push in one piece. So again, emphasis on the back screw.
Fast back, slow down.
So that faster back swing has to control your right leg action. And then even recentering comes from your right leg push. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yeah, yes. Ooh, and then increase the effort in the back swing. Ooh, even faster, crazily fast. Now it's getting good.
I did it twice.
Wow.
The last one was too fast, go down. That is hard to do. It's brain.
No, because in your
You
swing,
have to
because you
retrain
use the
it.
arms quite a bit, you always try to hit the ball with the arms. So unless you change this, always your tendency to try to do this. So instead of going faster here, you go here and then try to do this.
So it's here.
So in the backswing, your goal is to have enough wind, not rushing down to downswing, okay? So the goal of backswing is give enough wind. Yes. And quick motion here, yes. Active motion here. Active motion. And then when you start the backswing, you have to have better shift here. More shift here.
Oh, this way?
So from this position here, shift first, shift here, and then turn, pushing.
Here?
Yeah, so here, let me show you this. In order to have good active turn, over here, slide shift, push turn, and then shift this way, turn, shift this way, turn, shift this way, turn, shift, turn, shift, turn, shift, turn, shift, turn. That shift will prepare your turn. So particularly in the backswing direction, you're afraid of shifting. You have to keep it shift. The shift it doesn't have to be big, but in terms of rhythm, you have to slide shift motion and then push. And here, shift and push, shift and push, shift and push. That way it's easier to use the right hand. And then, so limit your motion in this triangular space here. Throw, and then recenter, throw and recenter, throw and recenter, throw and recenter, throw and recenter.
So too far laterally,
You're shooting this way too much.
too far.
So with the a bit wide stance here, you're pushing outward. With that, push and then introduce this motion, push and introduce this motion, push this motion, push this motion. You can still shift more that way,
Yeah.
so that you can use the right leg more. If you do long drivers, what they practice is with the step here, then
Yeah.
can push here and then drop the pedal quite a bit here. Try to hit the ball. This action is coming from this back push.
So everything extends,
Yeah,
like, whew,
yes.
because you know, I practiced for years trying to crunch.
So
Crunch
this side here, you are extending this side,
And then here, you're extending this side. Extend this side, extend this side, so you stay in this triangular space.
Like,
But instead of intentionally turning this here, this push gives it this turn. That's why you cannot find the timing. As you push the ground, as you push this ground, and you have a turn motion here, turn, instead of you just try to turn the button.
that's just hard.
Yeah.
That's no work.
Okay, so I think that's enough for one day. So again, because we have good trained eyes,
You got that?
and she knows
She does.
what I am talking about, and she knows that you are not really generating the emotion. And then when she says, "Okay," that means it's over.
Two things to practice on. Here, one thing you want me to put.
So here, the same idea, when you use the rope, active backswing, come, active backswing, come, active backswing, come, active backswing, come. But this active backswing did not come from this arm action here, but this action.
So the whole time, and what I did wrong is I would push and then stop and then turn. But you want
It's your continuous.
continuous motion.
You have
Continuous motion, recenter.
active, throw and then recenter, throw and then recenter, throw and then recenter.
Push.
And as you do, still, instead of turning the intention, turning the upper body here, the turn has to come from leg action, leg action, leg action. No, so you're turning the upper body. Push up, push up, push it, active leg. So, okay, so the last one, swing the rope again. Really active backswing. So this is the Okay. So, let me record this and then also club swing.
That was better.
Ready?
You ready?
Okay, ready, go. Active backswing and throw. Okay, now.
Go, active backswing and throw. Okay.
The club. And then swing as if you are swinging rope. Okay, continue swing, ready, go. Make the backswing faster instead of going cautious, just to try to throw both ways, throw both ways.
Go. Make the backswing faster instead of going cautious, just to try to throw both ways, throw both ways.
Still, when you use the club, all the way down, you try to use the arms to bring this. Instead of going here, with the body motion, and then throw the club here. You are using the wrist motion here, okay? The arm throw. So So here, try to throw the hands and club this way, instead of try to pull it down. So, go up here, all the way down, come together, and then throw the arms. Instead of pulling. The hands, the arms, and the wrist have to be involved later, not from the beginning.
Don't,
So just to turn the body enough here, and then throw. Turn the body enough, and then throw, instead of go here and then try to use the arms here. You're stopping here and then you're using this, using the arms here. Instead, yeah, go here, wind up, and then throw the arms.
I'll try.
This is something you have to practice a lot.
Tell me, I get that.
Let me demonstrate this. What you're currently doing is when you start the downswing, you're using the arms here to go up here and then arms swinging this way. But go, So when you use the shoulders, shoulder wider and then throw versus go up here. This is the difference. When you use the arms here, you cannot increase the speed anymore. Because everything is done by the arms. But go wider and then throw.
So here, this one.
Imagine you're throwing a ball here. Okay? Instead of
Yeah,
you have here and then really throw. Throw the club.
so fast, you want me to slow down, downswing, or just fast flow?
First, and then you have to create enough shoulder wind up so that you can use the shoulders on the way down.
Okay.
Because your wind up is not enough, you stop here. That's why you have to use your arms. So look at this, look at this. Without using the arms here, if I put the rope here,
Yeah, good, one perfect line.
still I can turn this by using the body, without using the arms. Right.
Hold it. Here, like this?
Yeah.
Other way, like here?
And then put it against your chest, and then try to turn the rope using. Now, okay, yes, yes. Instead of using the arms here, keep it here. Turn the body. So you should be able to generate. You should
Oh, that's
be able to
pretty-
generate some speed without using the arms here. Just turn the body.
I get
You keep enough shoulder turn, enough shoulder turn. On the way down, you have to use your arms.
I did.
If you always
I
use-
moved it.
Because so whatever you do, without the arm motion, you should be able to generate this motion here. Using the legs, you generate this.
Then I started moving my.
If you make it shorter, it's easier to. By using the body. But if you have to use your arm always, then if you're not gentle, you have speed with the,
With my body.
yeah. So keep the arms always here. You should be able to. No, you're just not just turning this, but wind the hip, then ankle. Wind the ankle. Yes. That's it. That's it. So wind the ankle. Yes. Then you have to use the body. Wind the ankle. Yeah. So,
Yes.
so from here, wind the ankle. That's it. So you can turn the shoulders. Turn the shoulders and then throw the arms. Instead of starting with the arms.
That's freaking good. This is really good.
You're gonna be so in shape.
Yeah, you're not gonna, you look 59, look like 53.
So keep enough practice and see how how your swing changes or motion changes. And then when it kind of settles, then I send you videos.
Okay,
And then, or let's just schedule the next video.
we'll do that,
Yeah.
okay.
But you need to work on this.
Supinate, and push, recenter, and fire.
So those who are watching always understand better.
I know.
Yeah, that's why I like the group session. So
Okay.
about 4 people, are sitting, watch, and then they actually go and do this, and then they can help each other. So sometimes I travel and I have sort of about 4 or 5.